I'm Nathan Liu, and this is how I got into an Ivy League. So if you're watching this, you probably already know that there's a lot of videos out there just like this. But why is mine special? Well, I'm going to tell you what they're not telling you. And I'm going to tell you what the college application process truly wants and truly sees. So let's get started. They're all going to tell you the same thing. All of these videos, they're going to tell you be unique, get a 36 on the ACT, get perfect grades, 4.0 GPA, a 1,600 SAT, all of these things. But if everyone is listening to this advice, then shouldn't everyone be getting into these good colleges? That's why you're listening to my video. Let's get into my stats, extracurriculars, and just some important advice about the college application process. Let's begin. Let's start with my stats. You may be thinking that these standardized tests are your key into these Ivy League schools. I'm here to tell you that's not true, and I'll tell you what's more important later. Let's look at the ACT scores. Did I study for my ACT? No, I didn't. I didn't get a 36 on the ACT. No, I didn't get a 35 in the ACT. And actually, no, I didn't get above a 30 on my ACT. I got a 24. On my first try of the ACT, I got a 24 and I stuck with it. And I'll explain why that's important later. Now, let's move on to AP scores. So, throughout high school, I took 20 AP classes. And here are my scores. As you can see, I got a 5 on every AP exam. And that's because my tests kept getting lost in the mail, so I just received an automatic 5 for every single test. It was kind of a strange sequence of events, but this happened every single year for all of my AP tests. These AP exams and these AP exam scores don't actually mean anything in the college admissions process. Let's get on to the extracurriculars, which I think is the most important part of the college application process.
Bitch, I did it, I made it, I'm loved.
For the past 4 years of high school, I've involved myself in numerous activities. Speech and debate. In LD, I was ranked 243rd in my state, not really a big deal. I participated in grade speeches and I was ranked 300th in the nation. Again, not a very big deal. There's a lot of other extracurriculars that I did in those 4 years. Here's a list of them right here, if you want to look at them. But there's 3 really important ones that I mainly focused on in my college application. The first one is ping pong. So I've been playing ping pong since I was an infant. When I could first pick up the ping pong paddle, I picked it up and I started playing ping pong. So with that, I began to play competitively in middle school and eventually competed at the national level where I would lose every single match. But that's not important. The important part is that I played at that national level and I dedicated my time and life to ping pong. And that's what colleges want to see. Even if you fail at the very top, they saw your journey, and that's what matters. The second main extracurricular that I did was managing an OnlyFans. Now, I know that sounds a bit strange, but because I enjoyed to do business, that was a perfect example to put into my college applications. I would take care of all the transactions and pretty much just everything that needed to be done, and it really showed my organizational skills to these colleges, and they saw this unique business opportunity. And I think that's what's really important here, is how unique the opportunity is. Make sure you go out there and get these unique opportunities, because these colleges really like it, and that's how I was able to get into these Ivy Leagues. And the third main extracurricular I did was for science. So I personally had 2 things I enjoyed, business and science. Business, again, like I covered, I managed an OnlyFans. But the second thing for science was I actually managed a cure for syphilis. So one of my close friends had a severe case of syphilis. And you know what I did? I decided to stop managing that OnlyFans account and go into the school labs to try and find a cure for syphilis. And lo and behold, I did. Now this looks really, really good to colleges because it shows my initiative and my willingness to help others, which shows how helpful I'll be on campus of the college. So I actually ended up finding this cure for syphilis, and my friend was saved. He was extremely grateful. That's not an important part. It doesn't actually matter what happens to my friends, but it just matters how colleges see this. And they saw this in a really, really good way. That's how it helped me get in to where I wanted to go. Also, here's a really important advice about extracurriculars. Always do them just to show to colleges. Even though I had found a cure for syphilis for my friend, I did it in the name of college applications. And that's what's most important, and that's what these colleges want.
It's 100 degrees. Why you feeling down?
Now, my final piece of advice is communication. You have to communicate to colleges all of these things. And that's where my final and most important piece of advice comes in. And that's just to be yourself. When you're writing these essays, just be yourself. Write like if you were just writing a diary. That's what these colleges want to see. Right? My main piece of advice here is to just, these colleges want to see you. They want to see who you are. Just be yourself. Just wing it. Just do whatever you want. Write about yourself in any way that you would like. Why would you fit into this campus? Why do you personally think that you would be a good fit for this school? Personally write about that. Write about it in a way that is you. Now, my main piece of advice for this is to just write these essays without care. And for that, what I personally did was waited until the last day before the college application was due and wrote all of my essays in that one day. And this really helped with me, honestly, just putting whatever I thought in my mind was right. And honestly, this really helped me just put whatever I wanted to. And honestly, just fucking wing it. I have some final remarks. The main and most important thing is you just need to be straightforward and upfront with these college admissions officers. That's what they want to see. They want to see how you'll grow in these college environments. Everyone in this day and age is getting 4.0 GPAs. They're becoming president of debate, president of speech, all of these different things. But what you need to do is stand out. Manage an OnlyFans. Start a dog walking club. All of these things that no one else would do. Those are my stats. That's my extracurriculars. And that's my advice. Thank you for watching.
Your footsteps on the stairs. If I listen hard enough, they're still there. And